Morning, everybody. Doug Pinter on Daily Energy. We got Dr. Rob Kelch in studio, in the new studio. It even smells
man.
new.
Smells like fresh paint, looks like fresh paint, new carpet. It's fancy in here.
Buddy, we're about to get sidetracked because I've been in here smelling the fumes for about 3 hours. So if I get on a tangent, just bring me on back, buddy.
All right.
We're going to talk about a little Tiger Woods, y'all. He's in the field. We got NBA. The Bulls are terrible with a capital T-E-R-R-I-B-L-E. And then we got some college football to discuss as well as college basketball. My Duke Blue Devils are sitting #1. They've had a couple solid games already. We're going to talk a little bit about everything, including vitamin D and how, we're coming into the winter months. People will start lacking that vitamin D, essential oils. And Doc, you're moving. I can't wait to share where you're moving to. But first, let's get over to Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods sitting, where's my notes on that? Tiger Woods is sitting in 8th place at -3. Leader in the clubhouse, I believe, is sitting around 8 under, 6 under. Tommy Fleetwood. Then you have Fowler and Kuchar sitting at -5. Rose, Johnson, and Spieth at 4. And then you got Tiger Woods. The ratings on Golf Channel yesterday are way, way up with Tiger being back in the field. What's your take on Tiger, Doc? Well, I know you're an avid golfer.
Oh, yeah, obviously. I golfed one time about 7 years ago, so it was awesome.
Yeah, avid.
He's got a lot of injuries in the past, but he's been off for how long? A year?
Couple of years.
2 years? So as long as those injuries will heal, I think the body will remember the protocol, and he'll jump right back in it. I don't think he'll be as dominant as he was, 5 years ago.
I agree with that, and I think a lot of people agree with that statement. I think it's great for the game of golf. You have Dustin Johnson, #1 golfer in the world. He sat out a little bit with some issues he had. He's got a great fan following. Then you have Ricky Fowler, and Jordan Spieth, who I think are really the key faces to the PGA Tour now. They're signing autographs. They're young. They're on Instagram. They're doing the little things that keep fans engaged by giving out tickets and just some good heartwarming stories that they do. And now you got Tiger Woods making a scene, coming back on tour, and he's right in contention. He made a scene
when it wasn't even on tour. He made a lot of headlines.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Tiger yesterday had 5 birdies. He bogeyed the par 5, I think, number 14. Shoot a 69 going into the clubhouse. He seemed pretty happy with where he's sitting in contention.
I did hear on the radio this morning that his roommate from college covers a lot of his golfing, and they said that last night after he had that bogey, he went to and worked on his chipping for 2 hours after his round.
Oh, man, I don't miss those days.
So
don't miss those days. That's what those guys do to keep a fine-tuned machine. We'll see what Tiger does today when they tee it up in the Hero World Challenge. See if Fleetwood can hang on to that lead, or will Tiger take a run at him? How many tournaments do you think Tiger wins in 2018, Doc?
Maybe 2.
So you're saying he'll win at least 1?
At least 1.
I'll take the under on that.
Okay.
I think he'll be in contention a lot. I think he'll have a lot of respectable showings. Granted, if he can stay healthy. I think Tiger, though, he's going to find out how good these younger guys are. He's been off the scene for a couple of years, and to come back in, Johnson, I guarantee, is not taking any steps back during the offseason. These guys are rolling. Tiger's going to have to catch them instead of them falling back to him. Let's talk a little bit about the NBA, Doc. We were talking about the Bulls. They're just terrible, terrible. Worst record in the league at 3-17.
I'm pretty sure Bradley, ISU, and U of I could all beat them.
Well, that's something to be said. You think Bradley could take the Bulls on?
Bradley would be pretty close. Maybe not. ISU and U of I for sure.
Yeah. U of I, they have a fun ball club.
Yeah.
We'll touch on them when we get to college hoops. But over in the NBA in the East, the top few, Celtics sitting at 19-4. Everyone thought when Hayward went down in that first game, 3 minutes into it, might really hurt their chances.
Imagine if he was playing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm high on the Celtics right now. I said it last year, and I do think they're going to pick up one more piece to this puzzle. You wait before the trade deadline comes. I think Celtics will pick someone up and really surge forward in that East. You have Detroit sitting at 14-6 right behind them. And the Cavs, you mentioned it, have gone on a little bit of a run. They're sitting at 15-7. They were 500 ball club just a couple weeks ago.
I'm not a fan. I don't like LeBron. I don't like his showmanship. I just think it should be, it's his team to win it, but I think they're going to flounder. So that's the first time they've been the defending champion. They won last year, right?
Yep.
defending champs have that kind of record in 40 years.
Pardon me, I think Golden State won that last year. I think
Did they?
Cavs won it 2 years ago.
Okay.
It was Golden State, Cavs, Golden State.
Okay, get that mixed up all the time.
Yeah, no worries. That's what I'm here for. But I do think the Cavs, I'm in the same boat. I don't like LeBron. My dad likes LeBron. Call out Cam to my dad. Dad, get a clue. Watch SportsCenter. Watch how LeBron handles himself out there. That's not what you taught us as kids, right?
He walks from half court to the
Doc's
basketball
getting
hoop.
in on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's awful. He fouls, he flops, he travels. I mean, come on now.
And he acts like it's his team. Guess what? It's not your team, LeBron. It's Cleveland Cavs.
He'll be gone after this year. He'll move
I
on.
gotta walk away for a second. Oh gosh, LeBron. But yeah, the Cavs are.
He'll be down back in Miami next year anyhow.
I do think those guys are all going to get together and try to put together a season or two. I agree with that. The Raptors and 76ers round out your 4th and 5th slot in the East. Over in the West, you have the Rockets. Bearded Beasts, 17-4.
I gotta love the bearded guys, man.
I love watching Houston. They're fast. A couple pickups that they made during the offseason. And they're one slot ahead of the Golden State. Golden State, Curry has an issue with his shooting wrist. And then Durant. Oh, it was his pinky? Okay.
Yep.
And then Durant was out with an ankle. But Durant was running around the court the other night. Looked pretty good. I think they're just trying to rest these guys adequately this first portion of the season. Then the Spurs at 14-7. Then you have Minnesota and Portland. I love watching Minnesota play, sitting at 13-9. They have some young guys, big guys. They're up and down the court. A lot of fun to watch. You have the Thunder. Here's a surprise. Thunder, they made these trades, right? Sitting at 8-12.
Yeah, underachieving.
And they're tied with the Clippers. It seems like the Thunder and the Clippers are always neck and neck. Clippers are sitting at 8-12, and then you got Lonzo Ball and his dad sitting at 8-13. This is why I don't like the Ball brothers.
Any of them, or Ball dad.
Because of the father.
Yep.
The tone the father sets for his kids. When Golden State went into L.A., he said his son is better than Curry. Curry needs to prove his worth. His son is it. Curry, I think, put up 27 to his son's 15 or 17 points. And after the game, the dad, doesn't see how his son just got schooled, almost lapped by Curry, and he's still defending his son. I mean,
His son has the worst shooting percentage in the league.
Yeah, I think Magic and the crew over in L.A. will take a look at the way he's shooting the ball during the offseason. I think they wanted to sign him, get him in, get his feet wet, and then they're going to do some
they bought
changes.
the publicity because people are going to come out the game to see what he did.
Well, and who was it?
He's going to underachieve. He's going to be a big underachiever.
Ex-Laker player Luke, Walton, who's coaching the team, he says he's coaching Lonzo, not his dad.
Right.
In essence, telling the dad, step back a little bit. Hey, I went on StubHub this morning, in case people are wondering. Bulls are terrible. What ticket prices cost? I took
$8.
Including taxes, yeah.
And a hot dog and a drink.
Took my son 2 years ago when it was Rose, the big guy, Hall of Famer, center. He's got a brother that plays in the league. Lopez? No, that's not it. Shoot. He
Hall
came
of Famer?
he came from, I think it was the Lakers he came from. Anyways, this is just getting side rail. Where I'm going with this are tickets.
Paint fumes.
Back in the day, back in the day, were $2.25. You can get those same tickets for $45.
They're awful.
I think the Bulls, if you want to take your kids and go watch an NBA team and check out a team maybe you have some interest in coming into Chicago, I think it's a great opportunity to where you can expose your kids. I'd do it now. For $45, you really can't beat that deal. Doc, let's talk about what you got going on. First off, did you kill any deer over the hunting season?
I got a small buck in the freezer now. I haven't shot one with my gun. I've shot one with my bow. I get more of a kick out of that anyhow. But yeah, I got him all put away in the freezer and not going.
How far away did you shoot him? How did he come in?
8 yards.
8 yards.
8
Jeez,
yards.
Did you pet it before you shot it?
I about jumped on him. But no, he walked past me about 40 yards away, and I hit the grunt call, and he came right to me and just kind of camped out at 8 yards and shot him. He ran about 10 yards and fell over, and that was it.
Rambo style.
That's right.
I
That's
just
right.
picture you out there Rambo style, like coming around a tree. Boom.
Yep.
Smoked.
Yep. So, yeah, there's meat in the freezer. We'll make that up into salami sometime and some burger and stuff like that. So we're good to go. Now I'm just out hunting for the one to put on the wall.
There you go.
So.
Any signs on cameras out on your property or anything?
I shot that deer at 4:15, and I checked the camera after I shot him, and there's a monster that shows up 4 days prior to that at 4:30 every night. So maybe I should have waited.
Well, yeah, maybe get in that stand.
Yep, that's the plan.
Hang out till 4:30.
Yeah, I'll go out there next week and see if I can't bag the big fella.
Supposed to have some decent weather next week.
Yeah, it's a little warm this week, so deer aren't moving near as much, I don't think. I went out last night and I saw a bunch of raccoons and possums. That was about it. But yeah, it's shotgun season now, so the orange army's out there slinging lead everywhere. So that doesn't really that's not as much fun for me as it is for bow hunting.
See, I'm a shotgun hunter. I haven't hunted in probably 4 years, but I thoroughly enjoy just sitting there peaceful, watching the woods wake up and then go to sleep later.
Right.
Myself, I'll take a nap
Right.
in my stand then as the sun sets and hopefully bag a deer in the process.
Yep.
Good luck landing that big boy. Doc, how do you have any time to hunt when you're moving offices up? You're currently on Willow Knolls and Allen.
Correct.
And you're moving up the road north on Allen, right by PV2. You're going to be located at 8305 North Allen Road, Suite 7. When's the move take place?
Between Christmas and New Year's. We'll have that Wednesday after Christmas. We'll be shut down until the 2nd to get everything moved over there. It's an existing office right now. Dr. Working Wellness Center. He's been in practice for about 40 years. We're going to combine the two offices, and we'll be able to offer a lot more for our patients. And then it's a nicer office, bigger office. We'll have more staff, and hopefully it's good for both of us.
I know you have a lot of clientele, and I was, wondering where you're moving your practice to. Just right up the road. That's a nice building up there.
Very
Easy access. Right across. If you're not familiar where PV2 is, it's right next to PIP Printing, across the road from Maui Gym.
Correct. Yep.
Right there on Allen Road. So, Doc, you'll be moving in. So, when do you look to start seeing patients at the new place?
January 2nd. So we're only shut down for 3 days. We're not even shut down for 3 days. Shut down for one day. That Friday that would normally see patients, and that Saturday, and we'll open back up the day after the New Year.
Man, oh man!
It's already
the spine and body doesn't take a day off.
No,
does
we
it?
gotta get people back together.
Yep. So, Doc, let's talk a little bit about, we're coming into wintertime, cloudy, dreary. People are not getting their vitamin D, and they go, oh, well, maybe I'll take a vacation in March. But how important is vitamin D to the body?
Oh, vitamin D. There's so many different metabolic reactions that vitamin D needs, but the most common one people see is fatigue. They start to get drowsy and fatigued throughout the day because their vitamin D levels are down. So we need to bring that back up, and there's some different things that we can do. We do a test if we need to do that. It's just a small skin prick test, get a little blood drop. We can send it into the lab, and that's actually going to test the vitamin D and HGB and A1Z. So it tests all the blood glucose levels. So it gets your blood sugar levels.
I got you.
They kind of go hand in hand.
What does vitamin D do for the body?
It has to do with cellular transport and cellular health, and the biggest one, like I said, is energy levels. So most people are generally deficient of vitamin D throughout the day, and especially in the wintertime because, like you said, sunlight levels, that's what helps activate the vitamin D. So.
And if you're at work or at home right now watching this show, and you're thinking, I get plenty of vitamin D. Really? How much are you outside on a sunny day, taking a walk, getting the fresh air, getting the vitamin D that we need? A lot of people now, I know, are in the office at 6:30 in the morning. It's dark on their commute to work. You get out of work at 6 o'clock in the evening. You're driving home. It's dark. So the only light you got all day was the fluorescents hanging in the office, right?
And then you get the seasonal depression disorders and stuff like that. So they have a lot of new stuff out there. It's been out in the past 10 plus years. They call them happy lights. They're little lights just like this one right here that gives off the proper UV ray area that helps with that vitamin D production in the body.
So, if you're sitting out there and you go, man, I'm just a little sluggish now, blaming it all on the time change, might actually be a little deficient in your vitamin D.
Yep, and it's a simple thing. It's not injections that we do at our office. It's an oil that you actually put 3 to 4 drops underneath your tongue. It's very absorbable into the system, so it goes in really quick. You don't have to worry about going and getting injections at all. And you take 2 or 3 drops a day. Very simple.
Let me ask you, so with some medicines, then the body stops making that vitamin D. Once spring comes around, people start getting back outside. Does the body figure things out naturally, or?
Yeah, to an extent. One thing with vitamin D is you can take as much as you want, but you still need that sunlight to activate it. I mean, you naturally produce it, but if you take a synthetic form of it, you still need that sunlight to an extent to make sure it gets absorbed properly into the body.
If you could just sign right there, don't ask any questions. I'm going to turn this into my wife. I'm going to say I need to take a trip somewhere
There
warm.
you go. Yep. You need to go to the.
Got
You
that.
need to go to Hawaii or something like that. Something really expensive
Hawaii?
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For at least a couple weeks.
Yeah.
No one around here would miss me. Maybe my son, because we play Call of Duty at night. But so you're taking everything down there. I know they already have some things in place over there. Before coming on air, I mean, you genuinely got excited about this. What are you most excited about, Doc?
Oh, it's hard to say.
Sorry to put you on the
Yeah,
spot.
that's a hard question. We're going to have a lot more staff. I'm going to meet a lot more patients, too, because Dr. Working's already got 40 years of a patient load underneath his belt. And I'm not taking over his office right away or at any time soon. We're going to work together. So we're going to be opening some doors where I'll be open a few more hours than he is. So some of his patients will be able to get in, and I'll meet some new people. And, with his expertise and his experience, I'll see some new cases and stuff like that, learn some more things that we can do to help our patients.
What's some of the amenities that you will be offering at your new location that you currently don't offer?
We don't have decompression at our current location. That's huge.
Is that where you hang upside down like Batman?
No, that is not. Some people think that's what it is, but it's very. You go on a table and you get harnessed in for whatever area has a disc issue, and a machine actually pulls very lightly, pulling those vertebrae apart, allowing that disc to almost create a vacuum to pull fluid into that disc. It's very good for disc health, good for disc herniations, disc bulging, to kind of prevent the surgery side of it. And even if you have a herniation, you don't necessarily have to have that surgery right away. We can either postpone it or prevent it from ever happening altogether.
Which, that's ideal right there. Tell me one other service that you guys will be
cold
offering.
laser is a huge one for healing processes. It helps oxygenation in that area. It's become really mainstream in the past 5 to 10 years. I just took my dog to the vet the other day for an ear infection, and that's what the vet said. He goes, if you have a cold laser at your office? I said, well, at the new office I do. That's what he needs. He needs a cold laser. They're even using a cold laser on the animals now. So it's very, very high. It's a new technology that we're getting great results with.
Less evasive, I assume.
You don't even feel it. You really don't feel a thing. There's nothing you can feel while we're performing the cold laser therapy. It just really helps enhance the healing of the body.
Oh, buddy. And let's talk about these massages. I'm coming into your office
Yep. I know
today.
you're excited about your massage.
I tell you what, every time I leave, I'm like, get me on the books. I got to get in here again.
And then 2 weeks later, get a phone call. I can't make it.
I'm sorry, Doc. I want to be in there. And I have one today at 10 after 2, and I mean, that appointment is not getting moved. I need this. It's been probably a good 5 or 6 months since I was in.
Yeah.
And I remember last time, the things I felt right away is I felt obviously more relaxed.
Right.
For a longer period of time following that massage, if that makes sense. I just felt relaxed, no tension, especially in my lower back and things of that nature. What are some of the benefits of having a massage?
Like you said, the tension release in the muscles. The big one is what people don't think about is the immune system, because it really pushes around the lymph tissue, gets that moving. Well, the immune system is reliant on the lymph tissue moving around, so we get that moving. It helps with the immune system response. It helps take the pressure off the nerves that are encased in the muscle bellies. So overall, you're gonna function better. Also helps push the lactic acid out of the muscles. So that's why people sometimes get sore after a massage, because they're pushing that lactic acid out, causes some discomfort and soreness. That's why I always tell you to drink a ton of water before and after the massages to help dilute that lactic acid. So
makes sense.
Overall beneficial.
Does this count? It's coffee.
No, that makes you more acidic. That's
okay.
Yep.
Actually doing the opposite of what you.
Yep.
We'll just cut that out.
You can bank on Doug always having a gallon of coffee a day.
So drinking this much water is good?
Yeah.
There's water in here.
Yeah, sure.
All right, good. I'm really excited to get in there and get that massage today.
And I don't do those personally. We have a licensed massage therapist, so
it's fantastic. I love just like the ocean rolling in the background. If you've had a massage in the past, just close your eyes and think of that tranquil place you went to and how good you felt. Treat yourself for Christmas. What the heck? That's a great idea.
Gift cards and stuff like that for people.
Perfect.
Yep.
I've never heard of someone getting a gift card for a massage and going, that's not good.
Awful. I don't want it.
Everyone wants a massage.
Yep.
Just not everyone will spoil themselves. Hey, let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little college football.
Okay.
All right, we got the playoffs coming up. This
Yep.
weekend's going to be some smash mouth football. You have Clemson, who's sitting number 1 against Miami, Florida. You have Oklahoma against TCU. Oklahoma's sitting 2 in the standings. Wisconsin is sitting 3rd. They take on Ohio State. The Buckeyes, Jeff Griffin, he'll be tuned in for that. And then our good friend Jason Councilman be watching Auburn take on Georgia. Auburn -1.5. I think Clemson -9 against Miami. I think Clemson handles business. What's your thoughts?
I think so too. Yep. Clemson brought back a lot of their talent from last year. Obviously, won the national championship last year. They lost to Deshaun Watson, but they're still a tough team.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what Clemson can do, and Dabo's got them rolling right now. Oklahoma at TCU, Oklahoma -7. I think Oklahoma takes care of business.
I think so too. TCU's always been overrated in my eyes.
And then we got Auburn against Georgia. Georgia is a smash-mouth team.
I
but
think Auburn still takes it.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Now let's get to the game everyone's talking about, not just because we're in the Big Ten area, but you have Wisconsin, who is sitting
They're going to
third.
walk all over Ohio State.
You think Wisconsin beats Ohio State?
Yep. Ohio State has squeaked by so many games in the third and fourth quarter this year, and they lost several. They lost 2 so far.
2.
So, yeah, I think Wisconsin's going to take care of business.
Well, the one reason I hope you're right is it'll keep Alabama out. Call out Cam to Jeff Talley. You got me, Mike? So Jeff Talley, I know you're a big Nick Saban fan and you grew up in Bama or wherever you're from and you go down there and that, but this weekend, the nail gets driven in the coffin. Says Dr. Rob Kelch and myself and even Mike over there at the computers. You got yourself over there, Mike? We're all taking, I hope Wisconsin wins. I really do. I think it's going to be a tough game.
Now, I was listening to the radio on the way down here today, and they were saying how people are going to be upset if Wisconsin wins and Alabama doesn't get in. Well, Wisconsin will be undefeated, so why would Alabama get in?
And, they were talking a little bit about this on College Game Day with Desmond Howard, Lee Corso, and those guys, about how Wisconsin was ranked 5th last week. They felt like a win, and Bama losing was a little bit of a surprise. A lot of those guys are high on Wisconsin. I honestly think Ohio State will win that game. I hope Wisconsin wins it to keep Bama out. That would be an interesting lineup.
I think J.T. Barrett, he's not the quarterback everybody thought he is. He's a hit and miss.
Let's think about this. If the standings stayed the way they are right now, you're going to have Clemson taking on Auburn. That's going to be a heck of a game. Then you have Oklahoma and Wisconsin. So
Jason, you going to go to that game?
Jason's going to go to that game, no doubt. Let's talk a little bit about college basketball now, all right? Duke sitting at 9-0. They're ranked number 1. I'm a diehard Duke fan. You have Kansas sitting 6-0. Michigan State 6-1. Only loss was to Duke. Michigan State's impressive.
They've always been good.
Well, I wouldn't say always. Izzo hit a skid probably 6 years ago. I thought he was going to maybe quit or die of drinking because, his ball club wasn't even 500. And I think these programs, Michigan State,
how many more coaches can get thrown into the bus so far, though?
Yeah. Villanova, they're flying under the radar. They're sitting at 7-0. They're an 18-1 favorite out in Vegas to win the NCAA tournament, which they did a couple years ago, if everyone remembers.
Yep.
A few seconds left, dribbled it down, set the high screen, hit it on the key for
Who made that
3.
shot? Anybody have any idea?
I can't tell you. It's a heck of a shot. They actually did that on Sports Center. The guy that inbounded, they took the same pass, same shot, and he nailed it 3 or 4 times out of 5.
They said that they practice that like 100 times, 25 times of practice at the end of the practice every day.
Well, that's why they're good.
Yep.
And then you have Notre Dame sitting at 6-1. They're 33-1 favorite in Vegas to win the NCAA tournament. Boy, me being a Duke fan, I'm a little biased. Man, they're up and down the court. Their big guy underneath, I don't even know his name. He's actually, he got into the Duke program 2 weeks before the deadline. He's actually a true senior in high school. But with some classes and whatnot, he was able to graduate early. And Duke picked him up 2 weeks prior to the season. So what a big pickup for Duke. In Kansas, I'm just not a fan of the Jayhawks, Bill Self.
See, I'm the other way around. I like the Jayhawks and not a fan of Duke.
Okay, well, all right. Let me scoot on down then, Doc. Jeez.
I think Coach K eventually is going to get caught in that coaching debacle.
What the heck? What was I listening to the radio on the way down? Coach K threw threw some sort of bow and arrow that was on fire, and he was trying to throw it in a towel bin that hit a wall, and it started a wall on fire.
Why is there a bow and arrow on fire?
Why's he got a bow and arrow?
Right. That's
It
true.
is deer season. I don't know. We'll have to check into some more facts on that. It is real sketchy. Arizona, they were set at 7-1 in Vegas to win the NCAA tournament. They've lost to NC State, SMU, and Purdue already. So Arizona off to a little bit of a slow start, which doesn't hurt my feelings because I hate listening to Bill Walton call those games, and his jaw was too big for his mouth. Anyways, so it ought to be interesting. All right, now we got a little rivalry going.
All right,
I'll take Duke for the season, win-loss against Kansas, and I'll take you for lunch at PV2 where your office is going right next to.
Okay. Didn't we have a bet last time on the show? I don't remember what it even was and who won or who lost.
It was over the Sunday NFL game, and I won that.
Oh, so I got to take.
No clue.
I don't remember
No
anything.
clue. We'll have to check notes. We're at the age we got to take better notes, copious notes. So, Dr. Rob Kelch with Line Life North Peoria. If you tune back to the front of the show, we were talking a little bit about Tiger Woods, everybody, as well as Doc. You're moving your office down the road, Allen. You'll be at 8305 North Allen Road, Suite 7. That's up around PV2, across the road from Maui Gym, and PIP Printing is your neighbor as well. We were talking a little bit about vitamin D. I'm excited about this massage this afternoon. How is packing up the office? Kind of sad leaving the place. How long have you been in your current?
We've been there 8 years now.
Have you really?
Yeah, 7 or
for you.
8, something like that. It's going to be nice to leave. It's the office is kind of getting a little smaller for us. We got a lot more patients than what we did when we first started. We just went to mail out the patient letters today to make sure all our patients know where we're going and everything like that. And I think we got to mail out 1,100 of them. So
It's a testament to how good you are, Doc.
So we got a lot of letters to mail, and hopefully all those patients will not mind driving that extra half a mile.
Yeah. It's going to, in some, be half mile closer to home.
Exactly.
Would be my case. But, it's kudos to you and your staff. I love your approach, Doc. You're not a quick fix, come in and fix you up for the day. You're looking long-term as well.
Right.
How cumbersome is that to develop a program and keep people on it?
The hardest part is developing is rather easy. We know what's wrong. We know what we need to fix. We know how the body reacts to it. The hardest part is to keep people on the program. Just like probably what you see at the gym, where you get someone that loses weight, gets in better shape, and they kind of hit that plateau where they're feeling great, but they're not seeing a lot of the weight loss changes because they don't need to lose any weight anymore. They tend to kind of fall back in their bad habits. We have the same issues with our patients where we'll get them feeling great. Well, I feel great, Doc. Well, I need to keep coming back. Well, because we're maintaining. We're not going to, let's just slide down that slippery slope back into
Preventative measures.
Right, exactly. So a lot of people have a hard time doing that. Life, family, things like that. So we make sure we try to, give them every opportunity to get back in as much as they can, much as they need to. Reminders and things like that, so we can keep them on track and help them out with their appointments, and we're pretty flexible with that as well.
Simple. Come in and see you, fill out a simple sheet. You guys take care of the insurance and everything.
Right.
Your staff is wonderful. I'm excited to see your new office. More excited to get into your current office this afternoon and get that massage. So Dr. Rob Kelch with the Line Life North Peoria. Doc, what do you got going on this upcoming weekend?
It's shotgun season again.
All right, so are you going out with the shotgun or the bow?
Yeah, we're going to go out with shotgun this weekend. We got one property I can shotgun hunt, so I'm going to go over there and see if we can't put some more meat in the freezer.
I know the other night when I was driving home from Bloomington, I saw a lot of deer in the field. Be careful out there. They're starting to stack up on the side of the road. Dr. Rob Kelch with Line Life North Peoria. Check it out. He's moving from his current location, which is next to Khaki Jack's over by Huck's off of Willow Knolls and Allen. Moving up the road just north of Pioneer Parkway to 8305 North Allen Road, Suite 7, right next to PV2, that area. Doc, I'm excited. Let's get out of here. I got a massage to get to. I got
a couple hours left. So
I got to grab lunch with Jeff Griffin. He's an Ohio Buckeye, so I got to fill him in on what we were covering here today. Doc, can't wait to come in and see you this afternoon. Dr. Rob Kelch with Line Life North Peoria. tune in late, get back, check out the vitamin D, the massages, all the amenities that they're going to be offering at the new location on 8305 North Allen Road, Suite 7. Dr. Rob Kelch, Line Life North Peoria. My name's Doug Pinter on Daily Energy. Have a great day, everybody.
PeoriaLife.com